Question 9. Would you accept $1 million, sorry, I should do that differently, $1 million, to leave the country and never set foot in it again? No. Don't you understand? I'm British. Do you know how much that's worth? Do you know how wonderful that is? Do you know how close to winning the lottery of life I came just by having got a ticket, which means that it's of the colour, which means, well, at least you're British. Good Lord. I'm British. Leave? Blighty? Never set foot in it again? Do you know how much I would miss so many of the things here? Thing is, though, that $1 million, as in the Austin Powers film, isn't actually quite as much money as it was when this book was published in 1985. So I got on the interweb before doing this video to find out what would that be worth now. It'd be about $2.25 million today. $2.25 million, that's only, 1.8 million pounds. It's still not a vast amount of money, but could I guarantee for myself happiness somewhere else for the rest of my life because I've got this money? Well, money is something that you can lose. I've often thought that if I got really rich, I'd make a feature film, because what I've always really wanted to be is a movie director. But the thing is that an awful lot of feature films get made, and even if they're good, they sink into obscurity. Most feature films that get made never get released. So you out there, even if I do sink loads of money into making my feature film, you probably, in fact, will never see it. Okay, these days I suppose I could release it on YouTube so my subscribers could see it on YouTube, but it's not the same. I want, like a proper movie that gets released on DVD and in cinemas and stuff. I'd be a movie director, it'll be on film, actual film, celluloid, not this modern projector rubbish, celluloid, damn it, because, film! I'm getting a little off topic. The point is that I could make a film, spend all my money, lose it, because, and then I'm poor and I'm not allowed to go to Britain ever again. Not even in disguise, because this is a fantasy question and it's absolutely watertight. I never will set foot in Blighty again, so good Lord. What would I miss most about Blighty? There are so many things. I can remember when I went interrailing when I was 19 and I saw all these splendid cities. I remember being particularly impressed by Vienna. Look at all those wonderful buildings. I was thinking, why do people go to London and so forth? And there are all these wonderful places to see. And then, after 1 month being a very intensive tourist, getting up early and seeing all the sights, I just changed trains in Britain, and I saw London, the centre of London, through a tourist's eyes for a bit. As a foreigner, I saw London and went, wow, this really is an amazing city. This really was the capital of the world for a while, and you can see it shows. Look at that Parliament building. Wow! And I particularly remember a transaction that took place on the ferry on the way back across the English Channel, Nature's Moat. It was just changing some money. I went to a counter and I changed a load of foreign currency back into proper money. And in this transaction with a total stranger, something happened to me that hadn't happened for a month. We both cracked several really good jokes. We both said several really quite funny things to each other. We had this shared reference, the British sense of humour, and I would really miss that. You can talk to anyone from Land's End to John O'Groats and you can be reasonably confident that they'll get your references to Monty Python, to all sorts of things that are on telly, to famous comedians, to jokes that are of, the knock jokes. We all know them. And you can be fairly sure you can make quite obscure jokes to each other and you will be understood and they will appreciate that humour and reciprocate, because that's possibly the thing I would miss most of all. But there are other things too. There was a time when I would have said I missed British television, because British television is so much better than foreign television. But actually I don't watch television anymore. I don't have a television license. Can't watch the BBC One, BBC Two and ITV and so forth. So I've rather lost touch there. So I couldn't cite that as a reason for missing the point. But no, $1 million is never going to guarantee me happiness for the rest of my life. And whilst I'm within Britain, I could get rich. Something could happen. I could maybe you know, get more people like you watching more of my videos. And, you know, it's not in the realms of science fiction that I could make £1 million. I could become a literal millionaire one day. Right now, thanks to YouTube, thank you, I'm now earning somewhere around the average amount of money for someone in Britain today. And I feel tremendously wealthy. All my life I've lived, by British standards, I've been poor. I've actually, when I was a dance teacher, I was earning on average less than the dole. I would have been better signing on for welfare, but instead I was a dance teacher. And I didn't even feel that poor then. I managed to get abroad at least once most years. And now that I'm living in the same flat and eating the same food and wearing the same clothes, and actually all my outgoings are sort of the same, I've now got money that I can spend on nice cameras like this camera and a suit of armour, for goodness sake. What an incredible luxury that is. So suddenly I have this amazing amount of disposable income. I really don't feel poor. I don't need $1 million to be happy. And why would I accept a massive restriction if it's not going to make me happier? So, no, I wouldn't.